Hi folks, this is Carolyn's storybook. This is my second episode. These are the other two books he was talking about. The Fracking War. It was written by Michael J. Fitzgerald, and Fracking Justice. And I believe he's got another one. Sorry, I've been out for a little while. I've had a couple doctor's appointments. I'm setting up new doctors here on Cape. But I'll start with this one. It's the Fracking War. This is called it's the preference. It's a little bit before the book begins. It says, I first became aware of the oddly named natural gas extraction method called hydrofracking in 2007 when I spotted a handful of roadside signs in upstate New York that boldly exclaimed, "No fracking." It came immediately reminded me of a television program, Battlestar Galactica, in which the word frack was a fictionalized epithet used literally. I thought the signs might be some kind of a joke, but it didn't take much research into hydrofracking technology for me to recognize what a powerful threat it poses to the environment, to the health, and to the social, political, and economic fabric to the communities. As I write this preface to the fracking war in the fall of 2013, a biographical of the articles detailed out problems caused by hydrofracking would run into hundreds, perhaps thousands of pages. There have also been a number of excellent nonfiction books about hydrofracking published, most notably Tom Webster's Under the Surface, Fracking, Fortunes, and the Fate of the Mortal Shades. But these nonfiction tones use classic, even hand-held journal approaches that informs only rarely inflames. While the journalist reports on what happens, it rarely looks at what might happen. The news reports can't state what most of us believe, that exempts hydrofracking from federal clean water and clean air laws it violates of the government's responsibilities to protect its citizens. Its ineffectual settings in the fracking war flames, passions, what could happen are on display for the reader. The inspiration for this work of fiction came from daily news reports from around the nation and the world, but it also spurs the conversational heard and overheard in various parts of the Finger Lakes regions as people debated the wisdom of hydrofracking in the town hall meetings, villages, conferences, and in schools, barber shops, beauty salons, restaurants, salons, and wineries. Anytime the topic came up, whether pros or cons, I felt the tension in the room became palpable. Just weeks before the fracking war was dispatched to the printer, members of several Canadian First Nationals in the province of New Brunswick faced off with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in what turned out to be a violent confrontation, eerie, similar to some events in the piece of fiction that lies beyond this introduction. Many more such incidents are likely on the way as the citizens rallies to protect the planet from a litany of bad decisions by all governments. This is just a handful of what is in store for you, just to read The Fracking War. It's a wonderful book, and I encourage you to read it. Again, it's written by Michael J. Fitzgerald. And the other book is called The Fracking Justice, and I believe he's got one more out. I'm not positive what the name of it is. I encourage you to read it, and I found out about it through the Lampquist which is by Brooks Cola. Check out his website at slampdisc.com. Thank you. And like I said, I've been away because I had doctor's appointments. I'm setting up here in Cape. I was from Connacht, Illinois, so I'm switching my doctors to Cape. I hope you enjoy, and there's more episodes to come. Have a wonderful evening.